everyone, this is Joseph with JN Unique Designs. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something I have been wanting to do for a while now, and that's this card. What we're going to do is we're going to make this card here, and I'm going to use the no-shape florals once again, because they have been great, and they're very easy to use, and I just in general just love how they turn out. So let's get started. And I've already pre-cut some pieces just to make things a little bit easier for everyone. So I hope you stay tuned with me, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. That way you can get more information on how things are and all of those goody things. As I mentioned in my previous live, I look forward to giving away prizes all the time. So, you know, if you subscribe to my channel, maybe you can definitely be winning a prize here shortly. So again, welcome back to JN Unique Designs, and this is Joseph, and I am here with you to have some fun. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna make this card here, and this is just a simple tear card, and what I'll do is I will give you all the instructions and all the measurements, and hopefully you can make it yourself. And if you like to share your stuff, please let me know, and I'll be able to give you the access to share it to my page and everything like that. So we're gonna do a 5x7 card. Obviously with the 5x7 card is that you'll cut it by 7 inches length and 10 inches wide, score it at 5 inches to be the card. The pieces here, what I do is I'm gonna pull out my little cutter here. I'm just gonna give you the end of the cut, the ruler, the measurement, just to show you, and I'm gonna take the Elizabeth Craft Designs tweezer to show you. So with my foil, the background, the foil piece that goes on the back of the card here, if it's 7 inches high, like here, or this direction, what I do is I cut it 3 tick marks. So 1, 2, 3, 3 tick marks short. And same thing with the 5, 3 minus 3 tick marks. And then if you cut the white piece at 6 tick marks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right here, you'll get this dimension. You'll get it. It shows up perfect every single time. And I just do 3 for the first layer, 6 for the second layer, and if there happens to be a third layer, you'll do 9 tick marks. But whatever metric measuring device you use, I just use the tick marks just to be easier on everybody. What you're gonna need is you're gonna need the 5x7 card along with the matte layer on top, and then an extra piece of white down below. With this white piece, what you're gonna do is you're gonna stamp, and then you're gonna need an extra one. You see how this one matches here exactly? This is gonna be the piece that you're gonna use to tear. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a stamp called, and I'm sorry I didn't have it ready, so let me go grab it real quick here. I don't know why I didn't think about having it ready for you, but I do now. This is going to be a stamp set called Mindfulness from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and it was put forth by Diane Prince. And it does come with a set of dies, but we're not going to use those dies today. So I'm going to set that stamp aside here, and then we'll go from there. First things first, I'm just going to go ahead and place all of my pieces. I've already glued it onto my card. And what I have done is I've taken that second piece of paper, and I'm just going to start tearing. So I like to just randomly tear. I don't have any specific preference. And what you want to do is you want to tear it about halfway to the card. And I think I'm going to do this as a bigger opening. So I'm going to take this piece, and I'm just going to, like I said, tear randomly. You don't have to have it perfect. And once it matches there, I think you're good. So there you go. As it matches, you're set to go. And then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually tear a little bit more on each side, just to give it a little bit more room and detail here. I'm going to do that. There we go. So it's going to be just a little past the half. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to take Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive tape. You can use any size you want. It doesn't have to be a specific size. I'm just going to go ahead and put some tape onto my torn paper here. And I like to put a lot of tape around the area of where it's torn, just so that it has some stability to the card. when it sticks down. So as you can see, this is how my my tape pattern looks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line this up with that bottom card on my card itself, where that white piece is. I haven't peeled the double-sided adhesive yet, and here's the reason why. Because I want to see where this opening is going to be. So this opening is going to be somewhere in this area here. What I would always do is I've normally just taken a little pen, doesn't have to be any specific, and I've marked right that tip there on each, just a tiny little mark. As you can, I don't know if you can see that mark right there, but that gives me an idea of where to stamp my image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stamp here from the Mindfulness set. I'm going to place it on my block as such. I'm going to take some VersaFine. In this case, I'm going to use brown VersaFine here. Actually, no, I take that back. This is going to be a pink card. So I'm going to take VersaFine Clear. I mentioned to you before that I've been a huge fan of this ink set, and I know a few of the Elizabeth Craft Designs design team members are currently using the VersaFine Clear ink set, just because it is very vivid, it is very bright, and it works very well. So I'm using Charming Pink VersaFine Clear, and I'm gonna get some of this on here. Very juicy, as you can see there. And I'm gonna watch to see where my area, my opening is, right about there. And I wanna see the entire, as much of the bird as I can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp it right about there. There we go. And there's the bird. And there is your hummingbird. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna spray some, I have a cleaning cloth off to the side here that it's in a case. I'm just gonna clean that stamp real quick just so that I don't leave the stain of the ink on my stamp. And that's just an easy clean for me. You see how easy that ink comes off? VersaFine Clear has been really great about that. Their ink qualities and their vividness. So there's that. Next thing I'm gonna do is then I will peel this tape. I'm gonna take my Elizabeth Craft Designs tweezers here and peel off my tape. So, and I hope everybody's doing well and you're having fun with watching me tonight. I'm trying to move as fast as I can. I don't want to waste your time and keeping you too long, because I know how much time is very precious to everyone these days. And so and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my pieces, all of my corners lined up here. Sorry, I can't lean over, so it's going to take me a second to make sure that I get all of my pieces to line up correctly. So give me that, there, get that there. I can't see this top corner very well. Get it there. There we go. I think that will do it. Right? Just a tad bit off, but that's not an issue. That can be fixed here. I'm gonna peel that no, I'm just gonna leave it. Let's leave it. And then you can use any tool you have. I'm using a poke tool that I have as a circular. You can use a pencil. You can use whatever you have available in your craft room to roll this up. What I'll do is I'll take my little roller piece here, and I just like to roll it up just a tad bit, just to, again, get the shape a little there. And there's the shape, right? Once I get that shape, I'll do this. I'll take that off, and then I'm gonna take a brush. There's a couple ways of doing this. I realized that I forgot to brush a side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some VersaFine there, VersaFine Clear. I'm gonna take this is called Twilight. This color is called Twilight. And I'm gonna take a little bit there, and I'm gonna take my little brush, and I'm just gonna brush this a little bit. Brush the edge here, as you can see. I'm gonna do the same thing down here. Brush the edge a little bit. just so it looks like it's a tear. I would recommend doing it the other way, where before you tape it down, brush the edges. It'll look a little bit nicer, but since I forgot, we're gonna have to do it this way. So I'm just gonna, not an issue. Everything, you know, instead of going to start all over again, what I'll do is I just continue, and it's all about having fun, and we'll adapt to the issues. We'll just adapt to the issues like that. All right. So if you're wondering what that color is, that is VersaFine Clear Twilight that I'll be using there. I'm gonna bring in my Maker's Forte thing again, and I'm gonna start rolling it out. Before I get to the end here, I'm gonna place some glue, and this is just Lineco PH glue that I've had in my stash here with a needle nose roller, and there's that. So, and I'll just hold it there for a couple seconds while I'm putting this pin back into the needle, into the glue, so it doesn't dry out on me. And hold that for a couple seconds and let it dry. In the meantime, I noticed that I have a finger mark there on my paper, and one of the greatest things is this Mono Sand Eraser by Tombow. You can get all of that off. So I can get all of the inks. You see how my finger can get all the blue inks out of there just by erasing my ink. And I don't see any more spots, so I'm good. Put my eraser away, and I think that'll do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this through and pull this out. And I'll set my tool aside. Now you have a torn piece of paper. It's a torn art there. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start coloring some florals. I mentioned to you again that how much I love this ink, that it is so vivid, it is so so neat, that I use it straight on the mat, easy clean, easy wipeable. I don't have to worry about anything. And all I'm doing is, as you can see, this is just the leftover on my foam brush, my foam dot finger brush here. I haven't even dipped any more in there. But see how vivid that color is. And then on the next florals here, I will have to dip some more, but you can see how vivid this color is. So there you go. Finish that off there. And simple as that. This paper that I'm using is Elizabeth Craft Designs soft finish cardstock, and with the soft finish cardstock, it is they come 25 to a pack now, 8.5 by 11, and it's just a great thing to have, and I highly recommend it. I don't use any. I don't ever make any florals. It doesn't matter if it's Elizabeth Craft Designs, if it's Honeybee, if it's anything. I don't use any, make any florals without using Elizabeth Craft Designs paper because of how great it is. So this is Verdant VersaFine Clear, and I'm just gonna put a center to these florals here, and I just want it very bright, and it doesn't even have to be in the center. That's what I wanted, because that's just a side floral. Set that aside. Next color I'm going to use, I believe, is called Rainforest. I have all of my inks here off to my side of my desk, and they're all stacked together, and I believe this is called Rainforest. And with Rainforest, I'm going to use a mini brush here, and I'm going to brush the leaves with it. So there's that. There's that. I'll do this. I hope to see your projects too, so please don't be shy. And And I look forward to seeing all of your work, because everybody has their own taste of how to create things. And, you know, my philosophy has always been to share. And by sharing, we can create a fun community to craft with. So as you can see, my leaves are not perfect, and I like it that way, because there's some dark spots and some light spots and some white in there. It gives it some dimension. It gives it a lot of dimension. So that's that. I'm gonna set my ink aside, and I'm gonna get a piece of white here. I'm just using Clorox wipes, nothing fancy, to go packs here, and the ink is now clear. You see how fast that is and how easy that is. And I clean it off of my fingers. I just use it to clean off my fingers with no issues. And I set the Clorox wipe right next to my desk here. Give it a second to dry off, and while it does that, I'm gonna start getting some of my florals ready. So Clorox wipes dries off really quick, but you can see as you put the glue in there, it's pretty good. And I noticed there was a piece of blue there, a little bit of a blue that went overboard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that mono sand eraser by Tombow, and I'm gonna clean that up just a tad bit. There we go. Just like that. And it's now good, ready to go. I'm going to take some foam dots that I had in my stash, so not any particular foam dots. And I'm going to start off by doing the florals. Start putting the florals. Again, this is no-shape florals. And I did a couple of videos on no-shape florals already. So if you haven't seen those videos, please check out my other videos for no-shape florals, and how easy they are to play with and how much fun they are to create. So I also have videos on my YouTube channel that are shaping florals. So join me there for more videos on those things, and we can all have some fun together. So I'm gonna set that there. I'm gonna take this piece here. Set that there right in the middle. As such. I'm gonna take another piece of these. Put that right in the middle here. So, and I'm gonna put that there. I'm just trying to use all the foam dots that I've had in my stash. These are old, so they need to go. So that's what I'm doing here. Put that one there. And as you can see, no thought process, no big deal. Just a little bit of creativity with these florals, and you get a creation as simple as that. Take that, take another piece here. I'll place that one there. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna take some glue. And I'm gonna get some glue on here. And as you can see, I'm gonna put glue in certain areas, and I'll stick some leaves in there. Stick some leaves in here. Leaves there. And I'll use my tweezers to press it down. Make sure that the thing is pressed down nicely. And then I might tear this one apart. Put some glue in here. Put some glue in here. There's that. I think I'm gonna add a few of these in there just because I kind of like the way that looks. So I'm gonna add probably 2 of these. What I'll do is I'll add some glue to the bottom here, as such, and then I'll add another one just to give it a little bit more dimension. I'll do that. And maybe I'll add the last one of these. The nice thing about these florals is, as I mentioned to you, is you can cut, you can shape, you can do whatever you want to do with them, and they do not affect anything. So I'll place one maybe right there. I think that will do it. What I'll do next is I will pull some of my gems from my little gem box here. This is just an art bin gem, and I will pull some, let's do gold. How about that? I'll pull some gold pieces if I have any, or let's do copper. I guess copper is coming out, so let's do that. And I'll pull some navy here, place some of that there, set this aside, and I'm gonna put that off to the side here just so that I can add some glue to the tip of these. I'm gonna take, so that rolling thing that I had here was earlier is a gem glue thing, jewel picker. That's what they call these things. So I can do this and add that there. So jewel pickers, add that there. And then I might add a couple of jewels here. Add maybe 1 jewel there. Let's add that blue one because that would be perfect right up here. Add that there. Add that brown one down here. Add an opaque one right there. Give it a nice fill. I think that will do it. And then, last but not least, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that stamp from Elizabeth Craft Designs. The universe is full of magical things patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. So that's a saying from the Mindfulness stamp. I'm going to take a block here. I'm going to see where it fits first. I think put it right there. That looks good. So I'm going to take a block and I'm going to line it up. I'm going to take some brown VersaFine here. And what I'll do is I will look at it from this angle, make sure it's straight, stamp it down. There's that. Look how simple that is and how nice that is. Pull out my little card thing here and clean off the stamp. Just an easy brush off. And that is it. That is all I have for this card. Look how simple it was to come together. I'm going to return my stamps here into that. That is it. That is all I have for this card. I hope you enjoyed that. And please do like and subscribe to my channel for more fun cards such as this. And have a good night, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.